Imagine a creature with no brain, no heart, and no blood. Yet it possesses a weapon so fast and so powerful that it makes a speeding bullet look sluggish. This is the world of Phylum Cnidaria. While the sponges we explored previously represent the absolute foundation of multicellular life, the Cnidarians represent the next great leap in animal evolution. They were the first creatures to develop true tissues and a nervous system, moving away from the static, filtering life of a sponge to become one of the most successful predatory lineages in the ocean. From the drifting, ghostly silhouette of a jellyfish to the vibrant, stone-hard fortresses of a coral reef, Cnidarians have conquered every corner of the marine environment. Their secret lies in a body plan defined by radial symmetry. Unlike humans, who have a front and a back, a Cnidarian is organized around a central axis, like a wheel. This allows them to perceive and interact with their environment from all directions at once, a perfect design for a creature that spends its life suspended in a world of 360-degree danger and opportunity. At the heart of every Cnidarian's success is a microscopic piece of biological hardware that is arguably the most sophisticated hunting tool in the natural world: the nematocyst. If you have ever felt the painful burn of a jellyfish sting, you have experienced the power of these specialized cells, called cnidocysts. Inside each cell sits a coiled hollow thread, tipped with a venomous barb, held under incredible osmotic pressure. When a tiny hair-like trigger on the outside of the cell is touched, the pressure is released instantaneously. The barb explodes outward with an acceleration greater than a rifle bullet, hitting its target in less than a millionth of a second. This is nature's fastest spring-loaded mechanism. As the barb pierces the prey, it injects a cocktail of toxins designed to paralyze or kill. Thousands of these tiny harpoons fire simultaneously, turning a soft, gelatinous tentacle into a deadly minefield for any fish or crustacean unfortunate enough to brush against it. Once the prey is immobilized, the tentacles draw the meal toward the animal's central mouth. Because Cnidarians have a simple blind gut, meaning the same opening serves as both the entrance for food and the exit for waste, this efficient killing machine is as streamlined as it is lethal. The diversity of this phylum is even more remarkable when you consider their dual lifestyles. Most Cnidarians exist in one of two primary body forms: the polyp and the medusa. The polyp is the sedentary version, shaped like a vase, with its mouth and tentacles pointing upward. Sea anemones are the most famous example of this form, anchoring themselves to rocks and waiting for food to drift within reach. They are the patient sentinels of the seafloor. On the other hand, the medusa is the mobile, bell-shaped version we recognize as a jellyfish. With their mouths pointing downward and their tentacles trailing behind, Medusae are the nomads of the open ocean. What makes this truly fascinating is that many species alternate between these two forms during their life cycle. A tiny larva might settle on the seafloor to grow into a polyp, which then begins to bud off tiny, stackable discs. These discs eventually pop off and swim away as independent Medusae. It is a biological transformation that allows a single species to exploit two completely different niches: the stable safety of the seabed and the nutrient-rich currents of the water column. While many Cnidarians are solitary hunters, some have taken the concept of teamwork to a level that reshapes the entire planet. These are the colonial organisms, most notably the corals. A coral reef might look like a single massive rock formation, but it is actually a sprawling metropolis built by millions of individual polyps. These tiny animals live in a symbiotic relationship with microscopic algae called Zooxanthellae. The algae provide the coral with energy through photosynthesis, and in return, the coral provides protection and the raw materials the algae need to grow. Using this energy, the polyps secrete a hard skeleton of calcium carbonate beneath their soft bodies. Generation after generation, these skeletons pile up, building massive structures that can be seen from space. Some colonial organisms, like the Portuguese Man, take this a step further. Although it looks like a single jellyfish, it is actually a siphonophore, a colony of specialized individuals called zooids. Some zooids handle swimming, others focus on reproduction, and others are dedicated solely to stinging and feeding. They are so integrated that they cannot survive without one another, blurring the line between a group of individuals and a single organism. The impact of these creatures on our planet cannot be overstated. Corals are the architects of the ocean, creating complex three-dimensional habitats that support 25% of all marine life, despite covering less than 1% of the seafloor. Without them, thousands of species of fish, mollusks, and crustaceans would have nowhere to hide, feed, or breed. Meanwhile, in the open ocean, jellyfish blooms act as a critical control on plankton populations and serve as a primary food source for giants like the leatherback sea turtle. However, Cnidarians are also the canaries in the coal mine for the health of our oceans. As water temperatures rise and acidity increases, the delicate balance of the coral reef begins to crumble. Coral bleaching occurs when stressed polyps expel their colorful algae, leaving the colony white and starving. The fate of the Cnidarians is inextricably linked to the fate of the ocean itself. They are more than just beautiful, stinging curiosities. They are the biological backbone of the marine world. From the microscopic snap of a nematocyst to the 1,000-mile span of the Great Barrier Reef, Phylum Cnidaria demonstrates the incredible power of specialized tissues and radial design. They proved that you don't need a complex brain to be a master of the environment. You just need the right tools for the job. But as we move forward in our journey through the animal kingdom, the requirements for survival are about to change. In our next episode, we leave radial symmetry behind to meet the pioneers of a new body plan. We will dive into the world of Phylum Platyhelminthes, the flatworms. These are the first animals to develop a head, a tail, and a left and right side. We'll explore their incredible powers of regeneration and see how the development of a centralized nervous system paved the way for the complex predators and thinkers that would eventually dominate the Earth. The story of life is getting a sense of direction,